People get divorced every day. 50, 60% of the population, 40%, who knows? But it's a big number. Let me disclaim this. I am not a family law professional. I am not a tax advisor. I'm not an accountant. I'm a realtor. I do see when people come to lease a property or buy a property, somebody runs their credit and the lender or landlord is like, we got a problem. So what do?
I can't fix the past, but I can tell you how to set yourself up for a better future.
The first mistake I see, you get divorced and everybody's got debt, right? You have maybe a mortgage, maybe you have cars, maybe you have credit cards, maybe you have medical debt, student debt, whatever it is. Let's pretend, because this is a community property state, the court wants to divide your assets and your debts. Let's make it up. Party A makes $50,000 a year. Maybe party A is in some kind of career that they're not earning close to party B. Party B, on the other hand, well established, they make $250,000 a year. So you combine the income and you're at about $300,000. Let's go back and look at the other stuff. I'm going to set the assets aside. Let's say that they've got $21,000 of credit card. They've got $20,000 combined of auto debt, car payments, lease, whatever it is. And finally, they may have separate debt. Party A has $2,000 store credit card, medical debt. Party B has some of their own individual debt. We'll call that $15,000. You add all of those up. Court says, okay, the total is $58,000. We're going to cut that in half. Party A, you get $29,000 of debt. Party B, you get $29,000 of debt. Let me break some things down for you. If you ever have looked at your credit report, one of the first things it says is,
using less than 30% of your limit looks good to lenders. The extent of a person's credit usage is one of the most important factors considered by a FICO score. People who keep their ratio balances to credit limits lower are generally considered less risky to lenders than those with higher ratios.
the parties don't have tons of cash when they're done. So they may have to take out a credit card, some other kind of loan, borrow from somebody to make up their half of the debt. Would-be creditors will go, how much debt does this person have and how much do they make? I.e., Party A. Party A has now inherited $29,000 of debt and they only make $50,000 a year. You do the simple math on that. You take $29,000, you divide that by the $50,000. Party A's debt to income ratio is 58%. Lenders are going to look at that and be like, nope. Who's going to agree to that? And granted, it's not going to be the whole amount that's due in one shot, but some percentage of it will. If you go to rent a place, they typically want to see whatever your income is per month, your expenses per month does not exceed 30%. I know property managers and landlords that won't do it. Too much risk. Even if Party A goes, yeah, I can find a place that's affordable, not going to disrupt my life, and they have all this debt, they're screwed. It can go south really fast. On the flip side of it, $29,000 compared to Party B's $250,000 income, that's only 11.6%. Drop in the bucket. Best case scenario is the court goes, okay, well, we have all this community debt, and then we have the separate debt, which they could say, this was my debt from before we were married, or this is my debts related to a business. If we did that, Party A has $2,000 of debt and Party B has $15,000. If we're looking at the debt to income ratios, Party A is still at 45%. No bueno. It's not going to get you in that 30% range. Party B, they're still 14.2%. No big whoop. Lenders are like, yep, because the odds are repayment going to be pretty good, assuming their credit is decent, they pay their bills on time, or period. The big takeaway from this, understand your debt position, what the court is going to do to it, then make them aware you may or may not be able to live. If you're Party A, talk to whomever is assisting you in this process. They need to get on top of this. Family law attorneys don't get this stuff. I've talked to some of the best and the brightest. They don't get this shit. It's just not in their wheelhouse. I've seen what happens. My lenders have told me stories. We all see this stuff. Be prepared to spearhead your way through this. If they don't understand it, don't want to, don't care, you're still going to have to sort it out to live and function.
Yes, I threw a lot at you. I'm not trying to scare you. I just don't want you to be surprised. If you've got questions, call me. Let's chat.